LabTalk, episode 17. What's up? I know. I took a week off. I'm sorry. I know I even made the announcement. I got caught. I had some technical difficulties last week that had me recording a certain LabTalk like 7 different times, and I got fed up because I had a long week ahead of me, and that week included going to Miami and hanging out. So I decided to take the week off and get back to you this week. My apologies. I hope you accept it. I'll be more consistent going forward. So, obviously, you guys been seeing in the news this Brandon Bernard individual that was recently executed. And I kind of wanted to talk about executions in general, but I do want it to be center focused around him. So, Brandon Bernard was an individual that was convicted among 4 other individuals for killing 2 youth pastors in Texas in 1999. At the time, he was 18, and at the time, he was one of the youngest people, or he was the youngest person to be sentenced to death in this country in 70 years. I will say this as well. He was convicted, and he did admit his crimes. So he actually apologized to the people that he had taken loved ones from, I believe, right before his execution. So this leads me to the question, right? Do you believe in the death penalty? And if I have to be real with you guys, I don't know. And my I don't know comes from a very, very, very selfish place. And I can't even front. I have to be real about it. So on one hand, in my very objective headspace, I can easily write off the death penalty, right? So if it's someone that I don't know, someone I've never met, somebody that I don't have any sort of love for, or any sort of care for, that's easy. It's pretty easy. But when it becomes something that I can put into a normalized space, I'm not sure if I have the same beliefs. So he was 18. He killed 2 youth pastors. I don't know how old these individuals were, but I can't imagine that they were that old. And if you were to take my young loved ones away from me, I don't know what I would wish on you. I don't know how I would feel. I have famously had a bad temper. I've famously wigged out on people for violating me or violating people around me. And I can say at one point in my life, I definitely was violent enough to take it to that next level. Thank God I was never put in them circumstances, but I can say that I definitely had the heart for it at one point in time. So, should we execute people? Should we give death to people that have given death to others? I honestly don't know. And then also there's degrees to it, right? So if you have a guy like, Brandon Bernard that has, I guess, 2 bodies on his hand, but collectively with 4 other people, I guess I could probably understand not giving him the death penalty. But for somebody like, let's say, a Charles Manson or someone like that, that's pretty much a serial killer, does it justify it? And then you have your spiritual people, whether they're in religious, organizations or they're just kind of organically spiritual people. They'll say, we don't have the right to do that to anyone, which I don't know if it's right either, because I think every person on the planet feels like defense or self-defense is important. And I think every person on the planet understands revenge. That's very human. I think it's very normal. So I'm here kind of stupefied. When I look at some of the demonstrations that have gone on to put a stay on his execution orders, I see great humanity. I see people that can look past their own pain and their own grief. I see people that can be mature about even something that's hurt them. Like take the Dylan Roof situation, right? You had family members of the people that were murdered in that church that immediately forgave him. But then if you look at this situation, the families of the two youth pastors that Brandon and his four Codys ended up killing, they actually thanked Donald Trump for not putting a stay order on his execution orders. So interesting ways to look at it. I'm really interested to see what you guys think, though, because I don't know if there's a right or wrong here. Or maybe there is, and I'm just not able to see it. But I don't see that there's a right or wrong here. I think there's a preference. And unfortunately, when preference is brought up around whether or not people live or die, people have some pretty stark reactions and emotional responses to shit. So tell me in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this. I'm torn, and I'm trying to find some sort of footing here. So that is Lab Talk, episode 17. Make sure to comment, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you know when these things come, because you know I'm infrequent and shit. I'm lying. I'm going to be bringing you guys this consistently. Even on Christmas week, I'm going to bring you guys something. Even on New Year's week, I'm going to bring you guys some Lab Talks. All right? So, yeah. Comment, like, subscribe. Lab Talk, episode 17. It's good talking with you guys and being back, and I'll see you later this week. Peace.